to the Big Rig Bull podcast with your host, attorney Reshard Alexander, Big Rig Bull Texas truck accident lawyer. This podcast was created to help injury victims receive the care and compensation they deserve when injured by the negligence, carelessness, or recklessness of commercial motor vehicle drivers. Listening to this podcast does not form an attorney-client relationship, and if you need immediate legal assistance, please visit HoustonTruckAccident.lawyer or consult a respected and experienced personal injury lawyer near you. Welcome to the podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is attorney Reshard Alexander, the Big Rig Bull Texas truck accident lawyer, here again on another day, rainy day, February 24th, 2020. Today we are talking about what you need to bring to your initial consultation for your wrongful death case. So it's titled Wrongful Death Initial Consultation. If you have a question, feel free to reach out to me at any time at 713-766-3322. That's 713-766-3322, or you can reach me toll free at 1-800-688-7551. That's 1-800-688-7551. The website is HoustonTruckAccident.lawyer. Seeking a free consultation with one of Texas's Houston car accident lawyers, call the Houston car accident lawyer Reshard Alexander today at 713-766-3322. Things to consider for your Houston wrongful death initial consultation. Items you should bring with you to your initial consultation regarding the loss of a loved one are listed below. Insurance policy, accident report, death certificate, social security number of the deceased, birth certificate, list of assets, marriage certificate, military discharge information, i.e. or aka DD-214. It is not necessary to have this all at the initial meeting. If you do not have this information, then we will gather it afterwards. Filing a wrongful death claim, Houston Auto Wreck Law Firm. The most difficult challenge facing a family is the death of a loved one. The worst outcome of a car accident is the death of a loved one. It is the hardest challenge that any family can face. When death is caused by the misconduct or negligence of another person, the loss seems even harder to bear. Those who find themselves in such a situation question how to hold the at-fault person responsible. Family members of the deceased person can file a wrongful death lawsuit against the at-fault driver. There are several key steps involved in the process. Wrongful death. The term wrongful death is used to refer to the death of a person as a result of someone's misconduct or negligence. Each state has a statute that governs wrongful death claims. Who can file a wrongful death claim? The surviving spouse or children can file a wrongful death claim. If the claim involves the death of a minor, the parents have a right to file a claim. In the state of Texas, survivors can seek damages on behalf of the deceased and recover compensation for their own personal losses that result from the untimely death of the loved one. Compensation for losses. The purpose of a wrongful death claim is to obtain financial compensation for the losses incurred as a result of someone's death. The following damages can be recovered: medical bills related to the deceased person's injury or illness, funeral and burial expenses, pain and suffering experienced by the deceased, value of wages or benefits the deceased person would likely have earned, reasonable value of the services, companionship, consortium, instruction, comfort, guidance, training, counsel, and support the deceased person provided to the family members. Wrongful death initial consultation. Seeking a free consultation with one of Texas's Houston car accident lawyers, call the Houston car accident lawyer Reshard Alexander today at 713-766-3322. There is a statute of limitations of 2 years for filing a wrongful death suit. Wrongful death claims are often complicated claims to litigate. Protect your legal rights and the compensation needed for all your economic and non-economic losses. Contact a Houston Auto Wreck attorney from attorney Reshard Alexander, the Big Rig Bull Texas truck accident lawyer, for a free consultation today. Call 713-766-3322. That's 713-766-3322, or toll free at 1-800-688-7551. That's 1-800-688-7551. Thank you and have a blessed day. Thank you for listening to the Big Rig Bull podcast with host attorney Reshard Alexander, Big Rig Bull Texas truck accident lawyer. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. Please feel free to leave comments and suggestions on how to better assist you regarding future personal injury topics. If you like what you hear, please share and subscribe to the podcast. Have a blessed day.